Vereena tells her something interesting. She's like, oh, I've never met anyone else like me, alone in the heart, which is an indication about what Ciri is feeling right now. She's feeling very alone.
Yeah.
Being isolated from people. She doesn't feel like she's like everyone else. And Vereena also feels that way, which, a bit of, remember in last season when Geralt didn't want to kill the goat preacher because he's like, oh, you talk, you have consciousness. And he's okay with killing monsters because presumably they're not self-aware. They're not conscious. And
they live on instincts and impulses and not have they're not conscious beings that understand what it is that they're doing. Yeah.
So Vereena seems to have a mix because there definitely is an element to her, and we'll see later, right, where we find out she killed all the villagers. And so there's an element where she can't stop herself, and she does ruthlessly kill things because that's her nature. But then she also clearly has a bit of a human side, which is a thinking side, right? A side that can make choices. So it's a very tough one. And she tells her, she's like, Ciri's like, are you a monster? And Vereena says, are you a monster? Because you're different. And Ciri's like, monsters do bad things to people. And she says, humans do bad things to everyone. Ooh.
I was like, damn, that shit was so real. That was the realest statement ever. I was like, yup. you can't argue that one because they do. And they do it full consciously, which makes it worse.
That's the difference, right? An animal, and a monster, presumably that's the same, they can't choose. They don't think. They don't have the level of awareness. But yeah, humans bad things on purpose.
Yeah. They choose to. Humans have choices. Women have choices too. Humans have choices. And they choose to be bad. Whether you realize that's what you're choosing or not, they choose to do bad things. So it's like, who is the bigger monster? The one that's consciously a monster or unconsciously a monster?